Hello and welcome to Erudite's online safety presentation. It should only take 10 minutes and is aimed at parents initially, but there are some really excellent tips for youngsters, so feel free to share them. Today we are going to talk through the following 4 topics: staying safe online, social networking, cyberbullying, and solutions and strategies. Let's begin with safe surfing and how to keep out of harm's way on the internet. So why is this important? A lot of adults use their net for email, research and purchasing things such as Amazon and Tesco's, while most young people want to use the interactive features of social media sites such as games and chat functions, building online communities and developing their own space. So a question I have for you is, do you as a parent know really what your child is doing online? Who supervises their online activities when they're not in school? We need to do more than supervise. We need to educate ourselves and our children. In school, their online activities are generally supervised, protected by firewalls and monitored by IT staff. At home, however, there is often none of this. So the challenge is to ensure that children are safe wherever they use the internet. So we need to begin by guarding our information. We need to know which information to guard and why it's important. The list you can see is everything we adults might take for granted as being insecure online. But children might not know this, so it is our duty to educate them on how to ensure we do not give away our address, our phone numbers for example, or anything else that's important online. We should also ensure that our children know there really is no substitute for physical interaction with other children. We read in the newspapers how celebrities have their cloud storage hacked and all manner of personal photos are leaked to the press. If it can happen to a celebrity, it can happen to us adults too. In what is now called sextortion cases, children are potentially tricked into revealing themselves in some way, and then the person uses the digital content to blackmail them into other things. In other cases, the children are tricked into doing things for other reasons, such as believing someone hacked into their Facebook profile, or can get them into trouble somehow with their parents or their school. And this could be quite daunting for a child. Much of the harm done to children could have been prevented if they had just told a parent or an authority figure. So we as parents and adults need to harbour an environment of communication and safety. Encourage our children to open up and not bottle up their thoughts and feelings. Encourage them to tell you about any incidents where someone might have asked them to do something that made them feel uncomfortable. We need to ensure our children learn from our examples. We should not announce to the world when we are leaving our houses for a week at a time, but we should also be careful not to check into places that someone might know is far from our homes. This is simply advertising an empty house. Sounds obvious, but we all do it. Geolocation apps often broadcast our location to a potentially wide network of people, depending on how careful we have been with our privacy settings. Ensure we set our privacy settings to friends only and teach our children to do the same thing. Nearly all new laptops and all new smartphones have front-facing cameras. This has opened up the webcam world of Skype and FaceTime for all age groups. The list you can see here gives a few examples of what we should be thinking about as adults when considering who our children are Skyping. Video chat is often used by people to blackmail kids into doing something they are not comfortable with. So if you have a shared family computer, for example, and it has a webcam, where is it situated? Place it in the living room so anyone wanting to use the webcam is in plain sight. This helps to keep everyone safe. Remember, online people that you do not know in the real world are still strangers. Adults might understand this, but the social experience and intelligence of children isn't quite so developed. They might need educating on what grooming is. Please take a moment to pause the video here and read the slide for yourself. Next is social networking. This is potentially a huge field. You all know what Facebook is and Instagram, but have you heard of Periscope? I hadn't until last year. Social networking sites are places where you can connect and share content with friends. On these services, you're able to use different applications and a whole range of media such as videos, photos, music and chat. Smaller group of friends means more relevant info into your life and into your information feed. The points listed here are a great way of minimizing your exposure online and maintaining a low-key profile. For example, as I mentioned before, do not log into places with a capital P. basically informing people when your house is empty and roughly how long you'll be out, so they have plenty of time to pop by and empty your living room. We need to teach our children that maybe we get permission first to post photos of people, even family. And what are the ethical issues of posting some photos of non-family members? Do you consider this when uploading content from your iPhone? Remember, anything you upload is pretty much there forever. Can you guess what is wrong with these Facebook posts? Erudite's top 5 tips for safe networking. Please pause the video here and read the next 5 points for yourself. The point about reporting content that you find offensive is an important one. Not only do you maintain your values, but you will also be setting a good example to your children by standing up to potentially harmful content. Your digital footprint is the mark that you leave behind when using the internet and can shape your online reputation. Your digital footprints are made up of the content you create, post and share, as well as the content that others post and share with you in or about them. Remember, you can untag yourself from images you do not wish to be associated with. Your digital footprints can be positive or negative and affect how people see you now or in the future. If you go for a job in the future with a large corporation, they could hire someone to search through your social media content for anything that might bring their organization into disrepute and not hire you. This is not hyperbole, this actually happens now. Pause this slide too. The third topic today is cyberbullying. Physical abuse is horrible. Psychological abuse is no less painful. The 4 factors that can make cyberbullying even worse than physical bullying are in bold. Ubiquitous, phones, computers are everywhere and everyone has them now. And the public visible to anyone and everyone. The constancy is that there might not be any reprieve if you are being bullied in school and it follows you home on your mobile. And with social media, you can ensure any video you might be caught in is seen around the world within hours. It's not just celebrities these days. So what is different about cyberbullying? Please pause the video here and read for yourself. The important part is to make sure you maintain an evidence trail. So what does the law say about this? Please read this slide. What is the one thing you notice about the legislation? It's old. How can a law in 1988 accommodate the constant flux of technological advancement in 2016 and the myriad of uses for every single piece of technology that comes out today? It can't. Key advice to share with your children or your child, but this equally applies to us adults. Please pause the video and read for yourself. It is aimed mainly at children, but adults will benefit too. Cyberbullying. How are we to respond to bullying if we discover our child is being bullied? Don't react. Do not feed the trolls, as they say. Instead, ensure the bullies are reported to the proper authorities, whether that's their school, their parents, or even the law. Encourage your children to open up and talk to us. Communication in a safe environment is crucial for allowing our children to open up. As you can see from the graphs, the percentage of where teens are being cyberbullied is predominantly on Facebook. Finally, we have a few strategies for you, much like the previous slide. We need to educate our children about the internet. Chances are they know more than we do anyway, so share what you know with them and they will share what they know with you. We need to help each other, help them to stay safe from predators and to stop cyberbullying. We need to communicate, encourage our children to talk if something bothers them. And we need to cooperate, monitor our child's online activities without being too intrusive. And as the final point says there, know when to unplug. The last slide now. Please read the top 10 countdown list of how to stay safe online. If there are any points you're not sure of, then Erudite can help, especially with the backups and firewalls. Finally, be a promoter of cybersecurity and online safety. Thank you for watching with us, and please look out for our next vlog on internet safety. Have a safe online day.